Math Day, great day, Math Lead learners. Welcome to Mathematics Lead channel, where we turn your math worry into mastery. I am Teacher Wella, and together let us have fun while learning. Good day, grade 10 learners. Today's lesson is about recognizing and understanding number patterns that increase or decrease in a regular way. In this discussion, we will focus on arithmetic sequences and learn how to determine the end term, identify arithmetic means, and find the sum of terms. But before we dive into our discussion, let us check first our objectives. At the end of the lesson, the student should be able to first, determine what arithmetic mean is, end term, and the sum of terms in an arithmetic sequence. Second, manipulate a certain arithmetic pattern to discover what's the formula to use and calculate the following end term, mean, and sum of terms in a given sequence. Third, appreciate how arithmetic sequence can help in representing real-life tasks such as saving money by showing interest in doing the activities. Now, let us have first our warm-up activity. Suppose a student saves money daily. Let us count the savings based on the picture presented below. On day 1, the student saves 20 pesos. And on day 2, the student saves 50 pesos. On day 3, the student saves 80 pesos. And on day 4, the student saves 110 pesos. In here, I organized the data we collected in a table. And as you can observe, from 20 to 50 pesos, the increase is 30 pesos. From 50 to 80, the increase is 30 pesos. And from 80 to 110, the increase is also 30 pesos. Since the increase between the consecutive terms is constant, this set of numbers is called an arithmetic sequence. As you can see, if we add 30 to 110, we can easily determine what is the next term, which is 140. But what if we are required to find the 100th or 250th term of the sequence, the missing terms of the sequence, and the sum of all terms, given that the first term and the common difference is already known? How can we find the terms? Using the process of adding manually will take much of our time and effort, and that's the foci of this discussion. We're going to discover a shortcut in doing this. We can write that into this. As you can observe, to find the next term, we just have to multiply the common difference to the base of the number of the previous n term. And based on the following result, as you can observe, in order for us to find the next term, we need to multiply the common difference, the n term we are looking for, minus 1. With this, we can derive from that pattern that the n term of the sequence is given by this general formula. A sub n is equal to a sub 1 plus d times the quantity of n minus 1, where a sub n is the term that corresponds to n position, a sub 1 is the first term, and d is the common difference. Now, let us try to apply the formula into answering this scenario, where we need to find the 10th term of the sequence earlier. Earlier, we already identified the first 5 terms of the sequence, which is 20, 50, 80, 110, 140. Identifying what are the knowns, we have n is equal to 10, the common difference is 30, and our a sub 1 is 20. Substituting this into the formula will give us a sub 10 is equal to 20 plus 30 times the quantity of 10 minus 1. Simplifying this equation will give us 290 pesos. Now, our next task is to find the missing terms between the fifth term and the 10th term in the sequence earlier. We all know that the 140 is our fifth term and our 10th term is 290. Now we have four missing terms, and we will use the formula for the nth term into finding those missing terms. First, we have to determine what is the sixth term. Our a sub 1 is still 20 and our n is 6. Substituting this into the formula will give us a sub 6 is equals to 20 plus 30 times the quantity of 6 minus 1. And simplifying this equation will give us 170 pesos. We just have to continue the process until we all completed all the terms. The terms 170, 200, 230, and 260 are the arithmetic means between the fifth term and the 10th term. Arithmetic means are the terms between two terms of an arithmetic sequence. But here's the another catch. If the student saves money every day until the 10th day, how much money has the student saved in total? Adding manually the terms of a sequence is manageable when there are only few terms in the sequence. However, if the sequence involves numerous terms, then it is no longer practical to be adding the terms manually. It is a tedious work to do. That's why we're going to use the Gauss pairing method. First, we just have to write the sum in its original order. This will give us S sub 10 is equal to 20 plus 30 plus 50 plus 80 plus 110 plus 140 plus 170 plus 200 plus 230 plus 260 and plus 290. Now, let's rewrite the same sum in reverse order, where our S sub 10 is equal to 290 plus 260 plus 230 plus 200 plus 170 plus 140 plus 110 plus 80 plus 50 and plus 30 plus 20. Adding the two equations vertically, this will give us 10 identical sums of 310. This will lead us into the formula of 2s sub 10 is equal to 10 times 310. Notice that 310 is equal to the sum of a sub 1 and a sub 10. So we can rewrite the formula into this. 2s sub 10 is equal to 10 times the quantity of a sub 1 plus a sub 10. Simplifying this by dividing both sides into 2 will give us s sub n is equal to n over 2 times the quantity of a sub 1 plus a sub n. Now, let us try to apply this formula into finding the total amount of saving of the student from day 1 to day 10. Our known and given is n is equal to 10, our a sub n is 290, and our a sub 1 is 20. Now, substituting this into the formula will give us S sub 10 is equal to 10 over 2 times the quantity of 20 plus 290. Simplifying this equation will give us 1,550 pesos. For us to test our knowledge, let us apply the formulas we have derived into another example. Carl Friedrich Gauss was asked to study the sequence of counting numbers from 1 to 100, and he was tasked to do the following. First, find the nth term, which is the 86th term. Second, arithmetic mean between 75th term and 77th term. Third is sum of the sequence. In finding the 86th term, we just go to substitute our a sub 1, which is 1, our common difference 1, in our n86. This will give us a sub 86 is equal to 1 plus the quantity of 86 minus 1 times 1. And simplifying this equation will give us the that our a sub 86 is equal to 86. Now, in finding the arithmetic mean, we're just going to use the formula a sub 75 plus a sub 77 all over 2. And this will give us the arithmetic mean of 76. For the sum of terms, we're just going to substitute our n, which is equals to 100, a sub n, which is also 100, and a sub 1, which is to 1, into the formula for finding the sum of the terms of the sequence. This will give us S sub 100 is equal to 100 over 2 times the quantity of 1 plus 100. Simplifying this equation will give us 5050. And that's the total sum of the terms of the sequence from 1. Now, for us to test our knowledge, let us answer the following activities. I want you to challenge yourself and answer the following. First, find the 100th term of the sequence 4, 7, 10, and 13, and next is find the sum of the terms in the sequence earlier. You may pause the video and check your answer in the last part of this discussion. Now, did you get all the answers correctly? I hope so. But if you made some mistakes into the process that you use, I hope ay maging gabay mo ang feedback na ito upang sa gayon ay sa susunod na mayroon kang sasagutan na ganitong problem ay alam mo na ang tamang gagawin. With that, that's the end of my presentation. I hope you learned something from me, and thank you for listening.